What if I told you that the greatest success stories are not born from comfort and safety, but from the heart of the storm? What if the very struggles you're facing right now, the ones that make you feel weak, lost, and defeated, are actually forging you into the person you're destined to become? Imagine two seeds planted on the same day with the same potential for greatness. One is placed in a beautiful pot, safe inside a warm home, shielded from every danger. The other is planted outside, left to face the scorching sun, the battering rain, and the wild, unpredictable world. Which one do you think will grow into a giant? Which one will learn to stand tall? This isn't just a story about two plants. This is a story about you.
Where truth meets imagination. Welcome to Facts and Fiction.
Once, in a quiet little town nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a young boy with bright, curious eyes and a heart full of dreams. Every summer, he would pack his small red backpack and travel to his grandfather's house, a charming rustic cottage surrounded by sprawling gardens and ancient whispering trees. Those summer holidays were his favorite time of year, a magical escape where he could spend endless hours with his grandpa, a man with silver hair, a warm, gentle smile, and hands that told 1,000 stories of a life well lived. He and his grandpa were the best of friends. They would spend their days playing in the fields, chasing butterflies, and listening to the old man's tales of adventure and wisdom. The boy loved his grandpa more than anything and looked up to him as his hero. One sunny afternoon, as they were walking hand in hand through a meadow filled with wildflowers, the boy looked up at his grandfather and said, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be a great and successful man just like you. But I don't know how. Can you please tell me the secret? Can you show me the way to be successful?" His grandfather's eyes twinkled with a gentle, knowing light. He smiled, his face crinkling into a map of loving wrinkles, and simply nodded. Instead of giving a long lecture or a complicated answer, he took the boy by the hand and said, "Come with me. I have something to show you." He led his grandson to a small nearby nursery, a vibrant wonderland filled with rows and rows of tiny, hopeful plants. The air was thick with the scent of fresh soil and blooming flowers. There, his grandpa carefully selected two small, identical saplings, their leaves a fresh, tender green. He bought them, and they headed back home, the boy's mind buzzing with curiosity. What did these two little plants have to do with success? When they returned to the cottage, his grandfather took one of the saplings and planted it in a beautiful, ornate pot. He placed it carefully inside the house, in a cozy corner by a sunny window where it would be safe from the wind and rain, protected from every possible harm. "This one," he said softly, "will be safe and comfortable." Then he took the other sapling and led the boy outside to the far end of the garden. He dug a small hole in the earth and planted it right there, out in the open, exposed to all the elements. "And this one," he said, his voice thoughtful, "will face the world."
Turning to his grandson, he asked a simple question that would echo in the boy's mind for years to come. "Now, my dear boy, what do you think? Which of these two plants will grow up to be stronger and greater in the future?" The boy thought for a moment, his young mind weighing the possibilities. He looked at the fragile sapling inside, safe and sound, and then at the one outside, vulnerable and alone. The answer seemed obvious. "The plant inside the house, Grandpa," he declared with confidence. "It's safe from all the dangers. It has nothing to worry about. The one outside has to face the strong sun, the heavy storms, and maybe even animals that could harm it. It will struggle to survive." His grandfather simply smiled, a gentle, mysterious smile, and said, "We shall see.
Let's wait and see what the future holds." With that, the summer holidays came to an end, and the boy left his grandfather's house, carrying the old man's words and the image of the two little plants in his heart. 4 years passed. The boy grew older, and life took him on its own journey of school, friends, and new experiences. But he never forgot that summer and the question his grandfather had posed. Finally, the day came when he returned to the cottage, his heart filled with anticipation. As soon as he saw his grandfather, he ran to him, his eyes shining with excitement. "Grandpa," he exclaimed, "last time I was here, I asked you how to be successful in life, but you never gave me an answer. This time, you have to tell me. You promised." The old man chuckled, his laughter as warm and comforting as ever. "Of course, my boy," he said. "But first, let's go and take a look at our two little friends, the plants we bought all those years ago." He led the boy inside the house first, to the corner where he had placed the potted plant. The boy saw that the small sapling had indeed grown. It was now a healthy, green plant, lush and well cared for. It had turned into a beautiful but modest indoor plant. Then his grandfather took him outside to the garden, to the spot where they had planted the other sapling. The boy stopped in his tracks, his eyes wide with disbelief. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. There, where a tiny, fragile sapling once stood, now rose a magnificent, towering tree. Its trunk was thick and strong, its branches spread far and wide, reaching up to the sky like powerful arms. Its leaves formed a lush green canopy, providing cool, welcoming shade for anyone who passed by. The small plant had transformed into a giant, a true king of the garden. The grandfather looked at the boy, his eyes filled with a deep, profound wisdom. "Now, tell me, my son," he asked gently, "which plant grew more? Which one is more successful?" The boy, still in awe of the majestic tree, replied without hesitation, "The one we planted outside, Grandpa. But how is this possible? That plant had to face so many dangers, the fierce sun, the stormy rains, the harsh winds. How did it grow so big and strong?" His grandfather placed a loving hand on his shoulder and smiled. "Yes, my dear boy," he said. "The plant outside had to face many challenges, but it was in dealing with those problems that it found its true strength. The freedom to spread its roots as deep and as wide as it wanted gave it a solid foundation. The storms and heavy rains made its roots grip the earth even tighter, making it stronger with every challenge. The harsh sun taught it to reach higher for light, and today it is so strong that no small storm can ever harm it." "But the plant we kept inside," he continued, his voice soft and gentle, "remained small and weak. It was safe, yes, but because it never had to fight, it never had to struggle, it never discovered its own power. It never had the chance to become what it was truly capable of becoming." Then he looked his grandson straight in the eye, his gaze filled with love and a powerful lesson. "My son, always remember this. Unless you struggle in life, unless you face difficulties head-on, you too will never be able to achieve your true potential. If you always choose the comfortable, easy path, you will never grow as much as you can. But if you are ready to struggle, if you are willing to face the storms of life, then no goal will ever be impossible for you to achieve. Therefore, never think of problems as hurdles that are meant to stop you. Instead, think of them as stepping stones that will lead you to success." The boy took a long, deep breath and stared up at the magnificent tree, its leaves rustling in the wind like a gentle applause. The words of his grandfather echoed in his mind, and for the first time he truly understood. The obstacles we face, the challenges we consider our enemies, are not there to break us. They are there to build us. The same obstacles that seem so terrifying are the very things that make us stronger, more resilient, and ultimately more successful.
As we walk through our own lives, we will all face our own storms. There will be times when we feel lost, disappointed, and ready to give up. We will face challenges and difficulties that seem impossible to overcome. But this story of the two plants teaches us a powerful lesson. It teaches us not to be afraid of the storms, but to embrace them, to see every challenge not as a setback, but as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Like the tree that was planted outside, we too must face the natural calamities of life. But it is through these very struggles that we find the freedom to spread our roots, to grow stronger, and to transform into the magnificent, giant trees we were always meant to be. The plant that was kept safe inside, shielded from all harm, remained small and weak. It was saved from the storms, but it also missed its chance to touch the sky. So the next time you face a challenge, the next time you feel the weight of a difficult time, don't give up. Take a deep breath and remember this story. Take advantage of the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. And always remember that the challenges you face today are not just obstacles. They are the very things that are preparing you to become stronger and more successful tomorrow. They are the winds that will help you soar.